Just gonna go over a couple of the good thing was the interaction with Matt and Frank. That's always going to be a good interaction. I will say it is retreading the same grounds that we've already seen through the old show, maybe in a new form, a little bit of a new form, because Matt is dealing with that guilt and Frank is pushing him to do something. He's pushing him to do something. He is talk heavy episode, definitely a talk heavy episode. Yeah. How'd you like the dialogue flow? Did it feel in character? It felt like the scene with Matt and Frank, it felt kind of choppy, and it felt like Frank was really just trying to get him to get to a point where he would just be Daredevil again. And that's kind of where I'm getting the feeling that it's a little bit forced, but like I said, it's retreading the old ground that we've seen in episode 2 and 3, or season 2 and 3. So it's retreading that ground. So it's nothing new, but it does two things. The scene with Frank did two things. It brought Frank back into the fold, so he now knows that posers are using his logo and his likeness. And two, it was for Frank to get Matt to kind of accept that he failed, accept that he messed up, and to do something about it. And to finally act up and do something about it. You know, you see at the end, him grabbing his weapon and practicing with it again. It's been a year since he really used it. You can see a little bit of a mess up at the beginning, but then he gets into the speed of things. Really cool that he is using that weapon like Nobu from season 1 and 2 with the chain and the blade on the end. Instead of the blade, it's his grappling hook. So really, really cool that he's using that. That was probably the best part of the episode, was the Frank and him and Matt interacting. And then Wilson Fisk, we finding out who Adam is. I don't know who that person is, but he is downstairs in the basement, and Wilson eats some beautiful Italian penne with sausages right in front of him. So I don't know if he's starving the fool, if he's beating the crap out of him, and that's why you've been seeing the knuckles. But haven't we been hearing the entire time that he hasn't done anything to him, and we didn't know who he was? So I don't feel like that was well done at all. I feel like that was kind of lame. The scene, and we're just gonna get into the negatives, because that was basically the best two parts of the episode, was Frank and Matt. It's always gonna be good. This doesn't hit the tippity top, but it definitely is the best part. The editing is a little choppy with them, a little bit choppy. Still the best part. And then at the very end, you see Adam and Wilson, and you see the painting, and you see what he's been up to, what he's doing, and then Matt practicing getting his mojo back, let's say. But man, negatives, gosh. Man. Basically, negatives are everything else, man. I didn't like a lot of it. I really didn't like the client that Matt got. I mean, I get it. He's down on his luck. He's just very obnoxious, but maybe it's just because we like the Matt character. And I get it. He's tired of the system. That's the thing I've always heard about the system, right? It's like you get punished, and then it's almost like these systems don't talk to the other systems. So the one I've heard is, I believe it is, oh man, where was it? It was somewhere where there was riots, and then a lot of businesses left. So the whole city is basically in ruin. The whole town's like in ruin. And this poor man, he has to go from his house to the freeway to get to work. And in between his house and the freeway is like 4 cities, 4 towns. And each of those towns can have a different police officer on that street posted, looking for any bit to give you a ticket. If you don't pay the ticket, then you get locked up. If you get locked up, then, like this gentleman says in the episode, it just cascades from there. It's just a waterfall from there on negatives. You don't show up for this, you don't show up for that, and you get more punished, more punished. So I get that whole thing. It was a little ham-fisted, I guess, but yeah, I understand it totally. I understand the argument. Just the interpretation of it here, I don't know. We'll see if that even goes anywhere. Do you think that even goes anywhere? I don't know. We'll see if you see that guy again. But yeah, he's living off scraps, man. He missed out on his stamp card or his SSI, I think he said, meeting. So then he, just like I said, cascades from there, and then he paid for it a week before, maybe. Yeah, it looks like maybe he was stealing it, and he was just tired of eating scraps. He was tired of eating trash, and he just wanted something sweet. So, yep, that makes sense. But everything else, man, the Gandolfini kid, what's his name? I tried Daniel messing up, but then earning his trust, earning Wilson's loyalty, earning Wilson's trust. That just establishes that character a little bit more. I don't think he's the character in the comics. I don't know. You never know. Maybe this was all a ruse to get him, but him getting drunk with BB kind of showed that it was a mess up, and then BB ran that story. Oops. I don't like the digital push-ins, the establishing the city, random shots around the city. It just feels like the editing feels very all over the place. Watching the old TV shows, I actually just started watching The Defenders. Remember The Defenders? Yeah, exactly. And there's some bad parts in there too, but the whole beginning portion, it does feel like a TV show, first off. The Defenders feels like a TV show. But what I will say is that the editing there is more smooth. It feels cohesive. This still feels jumbled. This still feels rushed. And I'm hoping for it to finally take a seat. You know what I mean? Like with the Muse portion that it's been hinting at this whole time, we finally see him. We finally see what he does. He jams. That's, I guess, the best part of this one too. You finally see what Muse really is about, and he's painting with people's blood. Maybe he mixes pigments with their blood, but he's still painting it around the city. It's pretty freaking diabolical. So we got two enemies that we're gonna be dealing with: is the Crooked Cops and Muse so far, and Fisk, I guess. Fisk is kind of doing his own thing, but he's probably gonna get into some funny business very soon. So that is basically it. So the good parts were Muse, Frank and Matt, a little bit of Wilson at the end with that Adam dude, and everything else I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan of. Feels like a lot of pieces of different gum stuck together. I don't know how to explain it. What are your thoughts on episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. It really does help the channel get pushed out to new people. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on episode 4. Not much. Not much. This was establishing whatever here, and, you know, let's get into the tail half, which is supposedly the new portion with the new showrunners, with the new creatives. Let's get into that. Let's leave all this old stuff behind. Let's get into the new stuff.